Hello and welcome. I am Madhuri and today we are going to talk about post-graduation or graduation as it's called in some parts of the world. I am a freelance GMAT verbal tutor and a lot of my juniors and students have often come to me with questions about post-graduation. A lot of their queries usually look like, should I go for post-graduation? What should I choose, MBA or MS? What specialization should I choose? Should I do a full-time course or executive? Should I do an on-campus course or study online? Which colleges should I study in? Which countries should I look at? And many others. I went through the same phase when I was thinking about my masters, and a lot of my students and juniors have often found my suggestions very beneficial. So I thought, why not share them with you guys as well? We've covered the first 3 topics in the previous video. You can check it out by clicking on the link here, and I've also mentioned the link in the description box. Today we'll be talking about the remaining topics. So let's get started. Let's first talk about full-time courses versus executive courses. If you are looking at technical degrees such as Master of Science, which is MS, or an MTech, you will only have the option of doing a full-time course on campus. But if you are looking at management related degrees like an MBA, you have the option of going for executive courses as well, especially if you have some work experience in the industry. The good part about executive courses is that they can be covered while pursuing a full-time job because the classes are conducted either in the evenings on weekdays or on all of the weekends. You might also be required to visit campus on a frequent basis. So how do you decide which type of course is better suited for you? Consider these factors. The first factor is time commitment. For full-time degree courses, this will mean that you will be a student once again for 12, 16 or 24 months depending on the length of your course. For executive courses, you will have to commit that much time for the course, meaning along with managing your full-time job and family obligations, you will have to study as well. So see what suits you and depending on your time commitment, choose your course. The next factor to consider are your finances and return on investment, which is the ROI. Fee structure is often different for full-time courses and executive courses. Executive ones being a bit cheaper than the full-time ones. On the other hand, full-time courses are more valuable owing to the career services provided by colleges and universities to the students who enroll into these courses. Typically, in the job market as well, I have seen full-time students being preferred over executive ones unless you are looking at a very high-level executive position. These points will automatically impact the timeline that you are looking at to be stable financially post your graduation. So think along those lines. The next factor to consider are your experiences and opportunities. Full-time courses provide a huge opportunity for networking and making connections for life. While this is possible in executive courses as well, the connections might not be as strong given the fewer chances you have to interact with the cohort, and that too online. Full-time also wins in another aspect, that being surrounded by diverse students motivates you to go beyond your comfort zone and learn from real life problems. Although this can be achieved via executive courses as well, the experience is not the same. Of course, these factors are not exhaustive and there might still be certain things specific to your case. If you are looking for one-on-one coaching to decide about your masters, you can write to me at the link mentioned in the description box. The next common question that I get from students is that should I go for an on-campus course or do it online? Let me first explain how this question is different from a full-time versus executive course question. Let's say you want to study with Stanford, but enrolling there directly with the applications, interviews, entrance exam, travel seems too time consuming and costly. Now in this case, no matter whether you choose a full-time course or an executive course, you will still be required to be on campus at least sometime. On the contrary, online courses allow you to get that degree from the confines of your home. You can do this with a full-time job and also study at your own pace. A lot of online forums such as Coursera, Upgrad, Unacademy, Udemy, Skilling are collaborating with these global universities to provide their full-time or executive courses on the online forums. These companies also offer a lot of webinars and career services to upskill the students who enroll for their courses. I have come across many students who are studying with these online platforms and completing their degree courses with IITs and even some colleges from abroad. Whether you want to opt for this will again depend on multiple factors such as time commitment, job opportunities, learning opportunities, your finances. Once you have identified what kind of course you want to do, full-time or executive, on campus or online, and you also have your specialization finalized, the next question that arises is, which college should I enroll with? So in this case, what you need to do is do a quick Google search on top 20 global colleges for XYZ specialization. Search for global now and we'll look for country specific information later. Usually you will find rankings which are very famous, like Financial Times, come up in your Google search. You can scour this list for various aspects such as global ranking, post-graduation career opportunities, post-graduation salary hike, acceptance rate, which is the number of applications that they admit compared to the total number of applications that they receive, and many other factors. A word of caution here though, don't rely on just one single list of ranking, because at times these ranks are biased, so it would help to look at multiple such lists. But most importantly, once you have finalized, let's say, your top 10 or top 5 colleges that you want to enroll in, speak to their current students or their alumni to understand how good that college actually is for XYZ specialization. And again, talk to at least 2 to 3 people to get a generic opinion. If you don't know any current or past students in any of these colleges, you can search for them on LinkedIn by following the steps that I have shared in this video. I have also mentioned the link in the description box. Once you have your list of colleges finalized for your area of specialization, see which countries these colleges lie in. Some countries that have remained popular among students since years are USA, UK, Europe, Australia, Singapore, and a couple others. It would be difficult to talk about all the countries that are good for students and the various factors for which they stand out. So what I have done is come up with a couple questions which you can ask yourself to help you decide on your choice of country. Some of these questions are, do these countries see a lot of foreign students enrolling into their colleges? What are the post-graduation opportunities available for the students in these countries, especially if you are planning on working in that country after your graduation? For example, students from the STEM courses, that is science, technology, engineering and mathematics in the USA, are allowed to work for their internship and even work for a couple years after they graduate. Similar allowance is also provided by the UK. So think along those lines for your preferred country. The next common question is, what is the cost of living in that country? How much is the average rent, food expenditure, basic necessities, etc. I will be doing a specific video on this very soon, so subscribe to my channel to ensure you don't miss out when the video is published. And finally, one major question is, are you planning to move into that country permanently after your graduation, and how feasible that is to achieve? What kind of visas would be required, and is that suitable for your long-term situation? All of this, of course, will require a rigorous Google research. Try not to get anxious or overwhelmed. It is a complex process, but it will be worth it when you have all the details carved out for you in terms of your types of courses, countries and colleges. If you need my guidance, you know what to do. Once you have all of those details finalized with regards to the type of courses you want to take, full-time, executive, on campus, online, and even your specialization is finalized and the colleges and countries are also finalized, the next common question is about entrance exams. There are so many options in the form of GMAT, GRE, CAT, TOEFL and so on. Subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for the next video, wherein I'll be talking specifically about CAT versus GMAT for Indian colleges and GRE versus GMAT for global colleges. If you found my suggestions helpful, please click on the like button and share this with others. You can also connect with me on Instagram and LinkedIn. The links are mentioned in the description box. I am Madhuri, signing off for today. Thank you for watching.